Most people walk into a luxury kitchen and immediately notice the marble countertops or fancy appliances. Those things cost $50,000 or more. But what if you don't want to spend that kind of money? What if you want your kitchen to look luxury without the luxury price tag? I found 5 color hacks that designers use. They're way cheaper than a renovation, but they'll immediately make your kitchen look like $1,000,000. I spent weeks studying what top designers are doing in 2026, and I'm breaking down all 5 strategies. Exact paint names, specific combinations, why they work. Most of these you can do yourself over a weekend. And here's the kicker, the last hack? Cheapest one on this list, takes about an hour, and most people have no idea it even matters. Hack number 1, ditch basic white. If you've got stark white cabinets, hear me out. I know white feels safe, it's clean, it's classic. Everyone says white kitchens are timeless. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Plain white can actually make your kitchen look cheaper. Think about it. When you walk into a rental apartment, what color are the walls? White. When you look at builder-grade houses that developers throw up as fast as possible, what color are the cabinets? Stark white. Our brains have been trained to see that flat, cool white and think basic and inexpensive. There's another issue. White has no depth. When light hits it, it just bounces back. No complexity, no layers. It can feel like a hospital. So what are designers doing instead? They're using grayzh. This is a hybrid, the perfect marriage between gray and beige. Here's why this works. Grayzh gives you everything good about white. It's light, makes your space feel open, works as a neutral. But unlike white, grayzh has subtle undertones. When light hits it, you see depth and variations. Our brains read that complexity as expensive. Now, here's where this gets practical. Because I know what you're thinking. Okay, grayzh sounds great, but there are like 1,000 different grayzhs out there. Which one do I actually pick? That's the frustrating part about paint shopping, right? You walk into the store, you look at the wall of beige and gray paint chips, and they all start looking the same. So let me cut through the noise and give you the 3 exact colors that designers are using right now. These are the ones that show up in million-dollar kitchens over and over again. Benjamin Moore Revere Pewter, the celebrity of grayzhs. Sits right in the sweet spot, slightly warm without looking yellow, enough gray to feel modern without feeling cold. Works in almost any lighting. If you're overwhelmed at the paint store, start here. Sherwin-Williams Dover White. Perfect if you have dark wood floors or walnut cabinets. Prevents harsh contrast that bright white creates. Makes your kitchen feel cohesive, like all elements belong together. Benjamin Moore Natural Cream. For people who want warmth but fear looking too yellow. Has this creamy quality, like expensive linen or vanilla ice cream. Inviting without feeling dated. Final tip. Use matte or satin, never glossy. Glossy shows fingerprints and imperfections. But matte feels expensive. Hack number 2, pick one bold spot. This separates professionally designed kitchens from DIY projects gone wrong. Here's what happens. Someone sees a beautiful emerald kitchen on Pinterest, gets excited about color, and goes overboard. They paint the island green, add colorful backsplash, get colorful bar stools, and suddenly it looks like a kindergarten classroom instead of luxury. The secret designers know luxury design is about focus. Make one element absolutely stunning, and everything else supports it. Pick one major element for bold color, typically your kitchen island. The island is already the focal point, the stage of your kitchen. When you paint it bold, it becomes a beautiful piece of furniture that draws the eye like art. Now, which bold color actually looks expensive? Designers are gravitating toward jewel tones. These deep, saturated colors, inspired by gemstones, automatically read as expensive. Here are the top 3. Navy blue, Benjamin Moore Hale Navy, classic and timeless. Won't look dated in 5 years. Pairs beautifully with brass hardware and white marble countertops. Emerald green like Benjamin Moore, deep sea green, huge moment right now because it connects to nature. It pairs beautifully with light neutral cabinets and white marble. Deep burgundy, bare read my mind. This rich wine color is for people who really want to stand out. Unexpected but incredibly sophisticated. So here's the complete picture. Your island gets the jewel tone, everything else stays neutral in that grayzh or cream we talked about, and you finish it with warm brass hardware. That's a kitchen that looks like it cost $100,000 when you spent $2,000. Hack number 3, layer your neutrals. Here's the mistake most people make. They pick one neutral and paint everything that same color. Same grayzh everywhere. Walls, cabinets, everything. Result? Flat and boring. Designers layer different shades within the same color family. Walls in one grayzh, cabinets slightly lighter or darker, trim in crisp white. Your eye sees depth instead of one flat tone. Now, paint layers alone aren't enough. Here's where it gets really interesting. You need to bring in natural materials that add their own colors and textures. Floating shelves in light oak bring honey blonde wood tones. Walnut butcher block island top adds rich warm brown. Marble backsplash with gray veining introduces subtle grays. Also, marble catches light differently than paint, so these layers create richness. One more layer to consider: finishes. Mix matte with shiny, smooth with textured. For example, matte cabinets next to shiny brass hardware. Or polished countertops against textured backsplash tile. Different finishes catch light differently, creating depth. Hack number 4, the jewelry effect. Interior designers call cabinet hardware the jewelry of the kitchen. Think about it. Beautiful front door with a cheap doorknob? Looks off. Same door with a quality handle? Suddenly your whole entrance feels expensive. Hardware works the same way. You could have perfect paint and gorgeous lighting, but cheap hardware makes your kitchen look unfinished. Here's the great news. Hardware is one of the easiest things to change. You can replace it all in one afternoon. We're talking a few $100s in a couple hours, but the transformation is huge. Now, what kind of hardware should you get? For 2026, cool metals like chrome and stainless steel are out. Warm metals are in: brass, gold, bronze, those rich, warm tones with slight vintage quality. There's a psychological reason this works. Our brains associate gold and brass with wealth, gold jewelry, gold watches. When we see gold hardware in a kitchen, even if it's just brass plated, our brains make that connection. It reads as expensive. You can choose from 3 warm metal options. Satin brass, most popular for modern luxury. Smooth finish with subtle glow, not super shiny, not totally matte. The practical win: doesn't show fingerprints or water spots. Your hardware looks clean all the time. Brushed brass has more texture, you can see brush strokes. Warmer, slightly rustic feel, perfect for farmhouse or cozy luxury vibes. Bronze is darker and richer than brass, more brown-toned than gold. Amazing with dark cabinets like navy or emerald. Creates elegant, moody look. Easiest upgrade, immediate impact. Hack number 5, the light bulb secret. You can pick the perfect paint color, but if your lighting is wrong, that color will look completely different. Here's what you need to understand. Light has color. Warm bulbs give off a yellowish glow, and cool bulbs give off bright white or even bluish light. Your paint will shift dramatically depending on which you use. Your kitchen actually needs 2 different types of lighting, and most people don't realize this. Let's start with your work zones, those lights under your upper cabinets. Over your sink, stove, anywhere you're actually preparing food, this needs bright, clear white light. You're chopping vegetables and reading recipes, so you need to see clearly. Look for bulbs labeled daylight, cool white, or bright white. But here's where most people mess up. They use that same bright white light everywhere. And that's what makes your kitchen feel cold and sterile instead of warm and inviting. Those pretty pendant lights over your island? That's where you want the exact opposite, warm, golden light. Look for bulbs labeled soft white, or warm white. This is the light that makes you feel cozy and relaxed, that golden glow that makes everything feel more expensive. There's one more thing to look for. CRI on the package. Just make sure it's 90 or higher. CRI stands for Color Rendering Index, and it basically tells you how accurately the light shows true colors. Think of it like camera quality. A cheap camera makes everything look flat and dull. A good camera shows true colors and makes everything vibrant. Same with bulbs. Low CRI makes your paint look flat and weird. High CRI makes it look the way it's supposed to. That's it. This might cost you an extra $20 for better bulbs, but they'll last for years and make every color in your kitchen look amazing. Because honestly, what's the point of picking the perfect color if your lighting is making it look wrong? Fix your lighting first, then paint. Trust me on this. Want to know the exact colors designers are using in kitchens in 2026? Watch this next. Some of these will seriously surprise you.